Okay, let's get some gameplay in tonight. Alright, let's see what missions we can get done tonight. Alright, looks like I completed one already. Let's switch to another scene here, make that a little easier to see. Alright, 13 or 25, it's not bad. Draw cards. Playing a little off stream earlier this afternoon. This one happens pretty naturally. 20 more power. 6 cost cards, win matches. Alright, definitely think we can hammer these missions out pretty easily tonight. Deck should we play? Doesn't have any 6 drops in it, so that one's probably out for now. Only has 1 6 drop in it, and alright, let's go ahead and play Powerhouse. That one of the missions is to get a bunch of 6 drops, play a bunch of 6 or play 6 drops. So let's go ahead and just play the one deck I have that has 4 6 cost cards. Definitely a little bit of sound bug there. I imagine this location should be making some kind of a noise. Alright, that location's very interesting when... Oh, I didn't actually switch decks either. So anyway, this location's pretty interesting with this one because Venom as a 1-3 is really good. Nova being a 2-1 instead of a 1-2, not ideal. But I think that's okay. Go ahead and play Deadpool out. Okay, that's very good for my opponent. Got to play Jubilee turn 1. Okay, that worked out okay for me. They only got an Angela. Okay, District X. This is not the greatest location. It replaces my deck with 10 random cards. So I'm not going to necessarily be playing the intended game plan here. Good thing I already have at least one of my destroy effects in my hand. I think I want to go ahead and play Bucky out, and the next turn I'm going to plan to Nova Venom. Okay, sewer system. Let's... Okay, sewer system. Sorry, was having a mic issue there. Was hearing my voice very loudly in my own headset. It was a little off-putting. Okay, so them... Wow, that is a lot of power in the peak. Not sure if I can win that anymore, but I think I'm still gonna continue with this plan for now. I mean, the good thing is they can't gain... Well, with Nova they can gain more power here, but... Should just be set to 25. Okay, Wong. I don't have Wong in my collection, but since District X put him in my hand, on reveal abilities happen twice. That could be... That could be good for me. I'm gonna go ahead and put that there. And just making a couple adjustments here. Okay. Move all enemies. So that's on reveal. This is on reveal effects happen twice. Okay. So I think playing Baron Mordor mid with Wong, making them draw 2 cards that then cost 6 is probably beneficial. I think my opponent just definitely has drawn better random cards from their replacement than I have. But there has not been any snapping happening yet, so I think I'm going to stay in for now. Alright. Well, playing Baron Mordor. Mordor? Yeah, just Mordor. Playing Baron mid and then drawing Jubilee afterwards. Not great. I could have gotten 2 activations on Jubilee there. Yeah, I think I'm just going to retreat this one. Whatever cards my opponent got definitely were better. Looks like they also just, in general, what they had in their hand when the peak went off was better. It looks like White Tiger flipped its power and cost, as well as Jubilee being normally a 4/1, but because of that she was a 1/4, which is really good. Okay, well, it looks like must be a seasonal mission that popped up there, 1,000 power. Yeah. When I realized that I was on the wrong screen that whole time. Alright, so don't really have any good Iron Man decks to take advantage of doing that seasonal mission. Winning locations with 20 or more, pretty easy to get taken care of before the end of the season, and then I'm pretty sure this one will just naturally complete itself over time as well. Excuse me. Okay. Sorry about that. I had to mute myself. I seem to have a tickle that won't go away. Okay. Let's play the deck I intended to play to get the play 6 cost cards mission done. Alright, so this deck does not have any 1-drops, so we can go ahead and just skip the first turn on my end anyway.
Right on time.
And not sure what happened there. Music decided to stop playing. Okay. Alright, so Domino, her ability is she's always going to be drawn on turn 2 and never before, so you're never going to see her in your opening hand, but you're always going to get her on turn 2, so she's in the deck just to add a little bit of consistency, to have some more things to play on 2 just to get some power out. But I think I'm going to go ahead and play Daredevil on curve here. Opponent is also playing Domino.
This land is always
Okay.
changing.
2 in a row of not necessarily great locations. Weird World, we're essentially going to be drawing from each other's deck. So hopefully my opponent has some good stuff in here to take advantage of Lady Sif and Ghost Rider together. With that said, I think I'm just going to go ahead and storm. Oh, maybe I should just... I'm going to storm Weird World away. My opponent had the same idea. Kind of wish would have been interesting for if they had stormed right and I had stormed left. We'd kind of be in a fighting match here to see who can get more power into a location. Okay, so right now I think I'm gonna go ahead and just Lady Sif. That's gonna discard my Infinite, and then next turn I can just draw. I think I'm gonna snap, drop Ghost Rider to pull Infinite, depending on kind of what my opponent plays here. Okay, that's an interesting play. Generally, you'd want to play Juggernaut in the location that you put Storm, because that's gonna push. It would have pushed my Lady Sif out of here, and they would be. I mean, they're ahead now anyway, but they would have been ahead higher or up higher. Vision. Definitely played this card in this deck before, but I think I like Captain Marvel better, since you only get to make the move once, whereas Captain Marvel just makes the decision for you at the very end of the game. So with that there, I'm just going to go ahead and Ghost Rider into the left lane. Well, actually I have to, because can't play him in the big house, being a 4 cost, so had to play left on him. Alright, so Magneto is a very interesting card. He is a 6 cost, 12 power. On reveal, he's going to move all 3 and 4 cost cards to his location, so long as there's room. So this could potentially pull Storm out of here. And then if my opponent's doesn't put Vision... Oh wait, never mind, I can't actually do that. I guess I could still Magneto left. That would pull Storm out, and then that would put them at 5 to my 6. It just kind of depends on if they are going to move Vision into the flooded zone, so I think it's worth staying in. Excuse me. Okay, so opponent was definitely planning on winning the big house and flooded. They also could not play their Hulk into the big house, so that's why, I mean, it was basically wasted over here, because adding 12 to my 25 I had, it wasn't going to win them the lane, but they probably just wanted to play something. So they were planning on winning big house and flooded by moving Vision over. Vision and Juggernaut were in middle. That would have been 10, and then they would have had that Storm on flooded at 7. So definitely Magneto snuck me a good win there. Very, very good, very powerful card. Probably one of my favorites. It makes some very interesting gameplay. Okay. Looks like I got a mission completed here. I got the 20 or more power. And I actually, let's switch the scenes here. What is this? Pop up here. Okay, so now I have done 15 weekly challenges. So again, as you complete these challenges down here, you complete this track at the top of the screen, which gives you credits, gold, and seasonal XP. at increasing numbers per every 5 missions you get done. So the 15 mark, 250 credits, 25 gold, and 300 in the seasonal pass XP. Again, another reason why Marvel Snap is very friendly, free-to-play friendly. You get 2 missions every 8 hours for a total of 6 missions. So, and they, I believe, give you 3 100s and 3 50s throughout the day. Every time you get 2, it should be a 100 credit and a 50 credit, and then 25 and 50 seasonal XP. So you're getting credits and seasonal XP by just playing the game naturally. They're usually they list they list these at hard, but I don't think I've ever seen any of the ones that are listed as a hard mission be very hard. It's not that hard to play a 6-cost card, and you know, again, winning a couple matches per day isn't that hard as well. The only one that might be hard is, or a little more challenging, is winning with the snap. You know, but generally I think it's only ever 1 or 2 snaps that they're wanting you to win a game with. Alright, let's go ahead and get into another match here with this deck. Again, the deck I'm playing is down below me. It's named Powerhouse just because it has a lot of cards at the top of the curve, a lot of 6 drops. Okay, and a District X again. And my opponent snapped on 1. But probably, unless their starting hand was really good and they drew a really good card from the random cards, they might just be trying to get a free cube out of me by having me retreat. Okay. That's interesting. I wish I had Jubilee in my hand when that happened. Hulk being a 6/6, not great, but Death being a 6/9 is pretty decent. And Blue Marvel actually switching to a 3/5 is very strong. So, depending on what my opponent drew, their plan, unless this was one of the random cards, is to draw cards that weren't in their starting deck and reduce their cost by 1. Quinjet, reduce any cards not in your starting deck by 1. Cable on reveal, so when he flips over, puts a card, the bottom card of my deck, into his hand or their hand. Let's see, ongoing effects are doubled there, huh? That is very strong, especially with Blue Marvel. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and Blue Marvel there to show them that. Them having Devil Dinosaur for Onslaught Citadel is very good. So Devil Dinosaur's ongoing, +2 cards for, or +2 power for each card in my hand. So with Onslaught Citadel, it's getting +4 from each card in my hand, and it also looks like its power was switched from a 3 power, 5 cost 3 power to a 3 cost 5 power. So it's really good for the opponent. I don't know what the 10 random cards are in my deck. So playing Jubilee could be a big miss, but I think I'm going to go ahead and try it here. Saber 2. Yep. Not great. Alright, so that effect you see there is Daredevil's effect. On turn 5, I get to see my opponent's play before I have to decide what I'm going to play. So that actually adds a second timer to this turn. Usually this timer counts for both people. And then now that my opponent's made his their play for the turn, it's giving me a timer to decide where I want to play. Magneto. Magneto is going to move 3s and 4s to the middle. So both. Yeah, I don't think I'm in a great position here, but I'm still just gonna. We're still only playing for two cubes or 2 ladder points essentially. Okay, so final turn. I don't think I can win this either way, but I think I'm just going to play Magic out and see what the last card I draw is. Okay, so +6 only gets me to 19, which is not higher. Actually, I guess it will get +2 from Blue Marvel being an onslaught, so it's going to be +8. 8. It's going to be 21 mid. That is still not enough. Could morph. Maybe they have something really good in their hand, and just for fun, I never really played with this card. I don't know if I have opened it, but it's going to move any 1 and 2 costs to this location, so it's actually going to pull Cable, Quinjet, and Yondu over here. I guess maybe pulling 3 points out of mid might be good. Just kind of have to see what my opponent does. That only pulled... Oh, is it a single card? Yeah, I think it's a single. Okay, yep, read that wrong. So it's a one single 1 or 2 cost card. Makes a lot of sense, I guess. As a 3/7, she would be very powerful if she pulled all 1 and 2 costs over like Magneto does. All right. Interesting gameplay. The locations are definitely interesting tonight. Go ahead and complete one more of these missions here. We'll see about if I have enough points to go into my collection level here and try to open another card. Looks like I can open up a free seasonal cache. Once you get to level 50 on your seasonal pass, it switches to, or your seasonal pass, it switches to seasonal caches, which has a chance at a variant, an avatar, gold, credits. And I got an onslaught variant. It's pretty cool looking. Alright. Still haven't, we need to play one more 6 cost, so we're gonna keep playing Powerhouse for now until we get that done. Couple other decks that I have built that we can try out. Okay, Elysium. This is a very good location. It's beneficial to both of us, but definitely helps me. It's going to reduce my 6 cost, so I could potentially play a 6 cost on 5 and then a 6 cost on 6. And again, when you're looking at a card here, top left is the cost or resources that it takes, and top right is the power, and then each card has an ability. So Normally, Daredevil is a 2-cost 2-power, but since Elysium popped up, I could play him on 1.
What are the odds?
Okay, we definitely want to avoid playing into Lechigula. I'm gonna have to look up how to say that. So I think I definitely don't want rocks shuffled into my library, and I'd like to play into another lane. Not entirely sure what this is. I could just storm this away before we even see what it is. But it could be beneficial, it could be not beneficial. So we're gonna go ahead and put Storm mid. Storm's gonna turn this to flooding for a turn, giving both of us one more chance to
Wind, aid my
play a card here. Central Park. Central Park's not ideal. Filling up my locations. Don't really have anything other than Domino mid. If my opponent doesn't play anything, or they don't play 5 power in this lane this turn, it's likely I'll win flooding. Okay, so they are... Oh, never mind. They only added 4 power, so we're winning currently, but there are cards that can move into that location after it's been shut off or flooded in this case. Okay, so I didn't draw anything I can play on turn 4. So I can pass the turn here. Alright, so again, played Daredevil. I get to see what card my opponent played before I have to play my card. So I played Nightcrawler. So Nightcrawler is one of those cards I was talking about that can move into this center location. With that being said, oh, I can actually play Infinite this turn. Okay, so because I didn't play a card last turn and Infinite's been reduced by 1, I actually can play the Infinite this turn. And I'm going to just play that into this lane. That's a 1 cost, that's a 2 cost. Okay, so, and then my plan is going to be to play Magneto in the right. That should pull Nakia out of the middle. So even if they... Even if they can't, or even if they move Nightcrawler thinking they're going to win with a +2, Magneto's going to go ahead and pull him out of there. I am going to buff Kraven by doing that, but I don't think that is going to matter. So I think I'm actually going to go ahead and snap. People. Oh yeah, there are people. I apologize, peeps. See, there are some people coming into chat here. Hello, thank you for joining. One other person messaging me asking why they can't chat, and let's figure that out. Alright, so we did end up winning that. Sorry, I didn't look at the screen there. Alright, so should have completed that 6 cost mission. Go ahead and get that done. This one will go ahead and it's gonna eventually I will win at least one more match here and it should complete itself. And I don't have enough gold, otherwise I would spend some gold here to get some free refills on missions just to get the weekly challenges done faster and credits and a seasonal XP. So let's try a different deck here. Let's go ahead and go to this screen and look at this ongoing kazoo deck. Okay. All right. So with this deck, it's called Ongoing Kazoo. So it is leveraging the ongoing effects. I have several ongoing effects. Ongoing effects, once the card flips over, its ability continues to happen for the rest of the game. Cards that are on reveal only happen one time when the card flips over. Amanda asked a question. So what snapping is in the gameplay at the top of the screen, or when I'm in a different screen, the cube will be on the left-hand side here. Snapping is the mechanic that you use to double the stakes of the game, and by stakes I mean the amount of ladder points you're playing for. It's kind of one of the unique parts of Marvel Snap is games can be worth 2 cubes, so 2 points on the ladder, or they can be worth up to 8. I'll actually switch to a different screen here and just kind of look at that real quick while we're talking about it. So your rank or your ladder essentially is here. So I'm currently rank 55 and I have 5 out of 10 cubes on rank 55. So if I get to 10, I would go to 56. Again, back to snapping. Each opponent can snap during the game one time to double the stakes. And then the stakes of the game naturally double at the end of the game. So if nobody snaps, the game will be worth a total of 2 ladder points, 2 points here. If one person snaps, the final game will be worth 4. And then if both opponents snap, it will be worth up to 8. Now, if you win that game, you win that amount of ladder points or cubes. And if you lose, that number of cubes is deducted from your total here. Yeah, ladder points. Ladder points are just kind of another description depending on kind of what game you're used to playing. It's so your cubes are your rank within the ranked cube. Currently, the game only has it doesn't have like a casual mode. It only has a ranked mode, so your cubes are your rank points. So again, each game that you start playing is going to be, and maybe we just get into a game here, and I can kind of go over that. But each game is going to be worth a minimum of 2 cubes at the end if nobody snaps, and it can be worth up to 8 by the end of the game if both me and my opponent snap. And you want to snap if you think you're going to win the game. There's also snapping is just another kind of mechanic to the game. And you also can snap. You can bluff snap. So if the board state doesn't necessarily look the great for either player, you can snap to bluff your opponent, and then they might actually just retreat. And then you win whatever the cubes is at the top. So again, I'll go over that a little bit more once I look at this deck here that I'm going to play. Let's go back to this screen, go back into this. And it looks like, so the game is currently in beta. There should be a bunch of decks listed up here. But being in a closed beta, there's still a few little bugs and things that happen. So, but the game does go to a global release on October 18th on Android and iOS. And there will be a early access PC client on Steam as well. I'm currently playing on Windows through a Android emulator. All right, so let's. Nice. Yes, Amanda. It's a lot like poker. You're betting your chips or your cubes against the opponent. Good job, Tim. All right, so let's go ahead and I have the deck chosen here. Let's go ahead and get into a match. Excuse me. Okay, apologize for that. All right, so Baxter building. Whoever's winning this location gets +3 power at all the other locations. I'm gonna go ahead and just play Korg out. Korg is going to, on reveal, put a rock or shuffle a rock into their deck, and a rock is a 1 cost 0 power card. So it's basically useless, as the flavor text would say here. All right. Big House. Big House is not bad for me. I have quite a few 1 cost cards. So again, for anybody that's watching that's new, Marvel Snap is a 6 turns. Is played over 6 turns. The decks are 12 cards total, single cards, and each card has a cost and a power. And I need to play something. Getting a little distracted here. So each card has a cost and a power, and certain ones have an ability. So what my opponent played was a Black Widow, two resources, 1 power, but on reveal, so when she flips over, she puts a Widow's Bite into the opponent's hand. Widow's Bite is a 0/0, and when this is in your hand, you cannot draw a card from your deck. So it's going to force me to play it out, which is not ideal. And I played Iron Fist on reveal. He's going to move the next card over. Not necessarily a great play for me there. So we're going to go ahead and Sunspot, and then I'm just going to play Widow's Bite out just to get rid of it. And we'll go ahead and pass the turn. So Iron Fist is going to move a card 1 location left. The next card that you played, 1 location left. Okay. Definitely not drawing the best here. Atlantis is best if you only play 1 card. 1 card there. just going to go ahead and play Nightcrawler left to continue just kind of putting power in the left lane to keep that Baxter building bonus. And then his ability is I can move him out of this lane one time. Okay, Ant-Man. Alright, so my opponent played was Wave, 3 cost, 3 power. On reveal the next turn, both players' hand cards in both of our hands cost 4. So I think with that, I think my plan was probably just to... Oh, and I can't play it there, can I? Shoot. I guess let's just go ahead and move Nightcrawler over, get him that +5 bonus, and then I'm going to play Blue Marvel left. Blue Marvel is an ongoing card, so it happens at all, throughout the rest of the game. And then your other cards have +1 power. And that's actually going to combo really well with my Onslaught here. Okay. So as far as cubes go, so currently nobody has snapped to this game. So it's remained 1 cube each turn, with a final cube count that we're playing for currently being 2 cubes. My opponent's definitely going to play the Mjolnir out somewhere to buff Thor +6. So Thor's going to get up to 10. And then just what else? I'm not sure what else they're gonna play. I'm not comfortable enough snapping to make this go to 4. So I'm gonna go ahead and just play this out. Onslaught's gonna make Blue Marvel trigger again. Okay, Dr. Doom. Yeah. Definitely gonna. We definitely lost this game. Defeated. When I go to the next screen, you'll see that it's going to -2 cubes off of me. Just kind of go over a couple of things that happened here. So Blue Marvel is an ongoing. Cards have +1 power. Onslaught is also an ongoing card, but he doubles your other ongoing effects at this location. So he essentially made Blue Marvel get +2 to all of my cards, which came really close here. Came really close. One more point, we could have tied. Let's see, tied there. Anyway, we won't go over that. And then, so what my opponent played was Dr. Doom, 6 cost 5 power on reveal. So when he flips over, he adds a 5 power Doombot to each of the other locations. So that's why we got to see a Doombot here and a Doombot there. And then again, this is that Mjolnir I was talking about. The opponent got Mjolnir first by playing Thor. So Thor's ability is on reveal. You shuffle Mjolnir into your deck. And then Jane Foster, the Mighty Thor, is a 5/8 that on reveal is going to draw a 0 cost card from your deck. So they're basically a couple or a pair. They work very well together. Do Thor, get the Mjolnir. If you don't draw it naturally, you play Jane Foster to pull it out. Pull Mjolnir from your deck. Struggling with that one a little bit there. Yes, so my opponent won because he won 2 of the 3 lanes or locations, depending on the game type. You may be familiar with lanes. So the Baxter building is a location or a lane that doesn't necessarily affect the big house or Atlantis. You win by having the highest total power in any one location. You win that location. So I won Baxter building, and my opponent won the big house in Atlantis. You can tie in the game, tying a location, and then it moves on to the other location. So say for example, I had gotten to 13 here. Then we would go to what's called tiebreakers. Then it counts the total power you have, and whoever has the total power wins. You can do an even draw if both players have the same amount. Easy way to think about your total power is just, so if we had tied here, my opponent was up 1 point here, I was up 10 points here, so I would have won a tie had it happened. Let's see here. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's see if we can get, wasn't able to update the deck list I'm playing on stream, so let's go to it. So defeated, lost the cubes here. Okay, so I'm able to see my deck list. Just going to grab a quick snap of that. Bear with me here. Okay. And then back to this. Okay, there we go. So we got a couple new people in here. We'll just give kind of a easy overview of what we're doing, what we're playing, and we'll get some more gameplay going on. So the deck list, or the image you see below my camera, below the music that's playing, is, every card that's in my deck currently. So Marvel Snap is a collectible card game. Decks are only 12 cards, and there are no duplicates of any of those cards. As far as gameplay goes, you're going to, at the beginning of the game, you're going to draw 3 random cards from your deck to start with. And then when turn 1 begins, you're going to draw a 4th card. So, and then draw 1 card per turn until the end of the game. So in total, you would draw 9 of your 12 cards. So every game, you're going to see a minimum of 75% of your deck. So deck construction, or cards that are in your deck, make that part of the game very consistent. But what adds fun or random or interaction to the game is the locations. So the locations in the middle come up randomly from a total of, I believe, 112 locations totally in the game. So on turn 1, the first location is going to be revealed. We have Sakar. Sakar is going to put a card from each player's hand here. I think I benefited. That's not a bad one to draw. I think with that, I'm going to go ahead and play Sunspot there as well. We're going to go ahead and try to win. Currently, we're going to try to win Sakar as a location. So by the beginning of turn 3, we will know all 3 locations that are being played. So Avengers Compound on turn 5, all cards have to be played here. I don't think I'm ready to play Iron Fist out at this time, so we're gonna go ahead and just pass the turn. Okay, let's see if my opponent was punished by playing a card on a location they didn't know. Okay, nope. Monster Island's going to add a 9 power monster to each location. So, all right. So this is Angela is why I wasn't necessarily ready to play Iron Fist out yet. So, but I'm going to go ahead and again we're gonna try to go and we're gonna try winning Sakaar left location here. We'll go ahead and play Bishop left.
Avengers! Assemble.
I may just punt or not go for Monster Island depending on what happens here. Alright, so we'll play Angela. We will play... I should have played Bishop right, actually. I'm gonna go ahead and put Iron Fist mid. Feel free, anybody that's playing, if you have any questions about the individual cards, locations that I'm playing. As far as cards go, that depends on your resources. So on the left hand side of your screen, this 5 at the bottom is the number of resources you have. And that number starts at 1 on turn 1 and continues to add 1 throughout each turn of the game. Resources, or energy as it's called in this game, does not carry over from the previous turn. So the number of cards you can play in a turn just depends on how many resources you have and how much they cost. Again, the cost of a card is the upper left side, and the power that it adds to that location or lane is on the upper right side. So let's see. We're at 5 resources. I'm not too worried about this left lane. So actually, I'm gonna play Blue Marvel. I forgot I played Iron Fist, so Iron Fist's gonna push him over a lane. I don't necessarily want Iron Man, because I don't think I need Iron Man over here to win that side. So, but I might need him to win mid. Okay. So I think with an Iron Man mid, I am in a good position to win this game. I know he has 0 power, but he's actually going to double the power of this lane or location. I think I'll go ahead and try to snap and see if I can get some extra cubes.
I am Iron Man.
Okay. Yep. Okay. So I ended up losing that one. Spectrum. It's going to be a really, really good card. So I was playing against a similar, another deck that is trying to leverage using ongoing effects. All right, let's go ahead and we'll get a win with this deck eventually. Okay, and we have the peak again. Peak's very strong. It's gonna make my Iron Man later in the game very, very, very good. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just skip turn 1. I want to play Angela before playing Ant-Man. Mirror Dimension. So this is going to transform into one of the other locations that's in the game. So it could turn into a peak or whatever this turns into. If this turns into something non-beneficial, like you can't play a card here, there's a 50-50 chance Mirror Dimension is going to also turn into that. So I think I'm actually going to just play into the Mirror Dimension. Angela is going to, as I play cards in the same location as her, she's going to get +2 power. Alright, so we got a decent location and a not so good location that Mirror Dimension could turn into. Definitely, I'm hoping the coin flip goes the peak versus, again, that Lechugale. Again, I'm gonna have to look that up and figure out how to pronounce that. I think I'm gonna go ahead and try to be resource efficient here and play Mr. Fantastic in mid. We'll get that trigger on Angela, and he's actually gonna give +2 power to any adjacent location. So when you play him center, he gives +2 left, +2 right. I know I pointed those backwards. If you were to play him on the left or center, or left or right, he would then only give the center location a +2. All right. Why did that? Oh, you know what? Yep, I should have played my Iron Man out prior, because now the peak, I was saying that the peak was going to be beneficial, but now it's switched it back to a 5 cost 0, whereas before he was a 0 cost 5 power. So if I had thought about how that interaction was going to go, I should have played my Iron Man out prior to that happening. Oh well, I mean, the deck is planned around playing him on turn 5-6 anyway. We're gonna go ahead and Khazar center just to keep adding power to Angela. Khazar is going to add +1 power to my 1 cost cards.
I am Iron Man.
So my opponent must have drawn an Iron Man when the peak flipped over, so definitely very beneficial to them. Iron Man doubles the power at the location he's on, so I think I'm in a little bit of trouble middle here with him being them being able to play Iron Man for 0, and they're also challenging with their own Angela here. But I think my best bet here is probably just to go ahead and Iron Man myself and see if that's going to be enough to win center for me. So far it is 3. Okay. Falcon's an interesting card. 36.
I am Iron Man.
Oh, actually, you know what? That was a mistake. I forgot their Iron Man was a 5. Shoot. That was a mistake on my part. And I don't think Blue Marvel adding +1. 1, 2, 3, 6. Yeah, no, I misplayed, so I'm going to go ahead and retreat. And what retreating is going to do is, we were talking about cubes earlier, is going to save me 1 cube. If I were to play out the last turn, and I'm fairly positive I'm going to lose that game, I would lose 2 cubes. If I retreat, I'm only going to lose 1 cube because my opponent hasn't snapped.
Escape.
So definitely a misplay on my part. Should have played that Iron Man out as soon as I could have as a 0 cost 5 power. Okay, let's go ahead and let's keep playing this deck. I've played quite a bit of the other decks I have in my collection on past streams. So go ahead and give a little variety here. Alright, so Shadowland, when it flips over, it's going to add a ninja to each side. Ninjas are a 1 cost to -2 power card. With that, I probably could challenge this lane still with like Sunspot or even Ant-Man, but I think I'm going to go ahead and just play mid with Sunspot, hoping it's not a bad location. Sunspot's a 1 cost 1 power, but at the end of each turn, any unspent energy is added to his power. All right, the Vault. So the Vault is on turn 6. Cards cannot be played here, so it's, if you look at the picture here, it's an open vault, and then on turn 6, the animation actually plays and it closes the vault. So cards can't be played there. They can be moved there though, so I could sneak a Nightcrawler in there later. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and just play Ant-Man and Nightcrawler. Ant-Man is a 1 cost 1 power, but if you fill a location, it's going to get +3, so he ends up being a 4. Okay, so again, I'm not going to mess this up. The peak flipped and flipped my Iron Man, and what the opponent did here is they played Scarlet Witch, which changes the location that she's played on reveal to a random one, and Sinister location with a 0 cost Iron Man is very good. Sinister London is going to copy the card I played here to another random location, so either left or right. Left or right. The question is, do I want a duplicate of Mr. Fantastic? I don't think Mr. Fantastic's the greatest card to duplicate, so I'm actually going to go ahead and just play him right. Opponent may just be trying to bluff or move me along here because I'm kind of taking some time. I don't necessarily think they're in a great position on board to snap, but I don't know what's in their hand either, so.
I am Iron Man. I am Iron Man.
I maybe should have snapped back, to be honest. That Iron Man could have potentially had them concede. But it looks like they're going to be playing a Patriot deck. Having 2 Patriots is pretty good. Okay. Don't necessarily want 2 Iron Fists, but it could be beneficial to move Nightcrawler left and put Iron Fist right. Iron Fist, the next card I play after I play Iron Fist, is going to, well, that's not very good. I think I'm still in a pretty good position here. So Debris, 3 cost 3 power. She adds a rock to the opposite. Okay, opponent retreated anyway. I think I was probably winning that anyway, because playing a Debris here, causing one to go into either, it was gonna fill this location for the opponent anyway. So that was probably would have been better for the opponent to just play a Debris left or right, and then have room for whatever they want to play next turn. Being a Patriot deck, their rocks were getting additional power from Patriot. But I think for what my play was going to be was probably just a Khazar mid or center location here, adding 4, actually 8 power to the middle because of Iron Man. And then he's actually going to give +1 to all of my other 1 costs. So Ant-Man, Iron Fist, Sunspot, Nightcrawler, and actually Ninja would have gotten buffed. Actually, the rocks would have well. So Still wouldn't have won left, but definitely would have won center. All right. Some good interaction there. Let's go ahead and play some more matches here. Okay, Mojo World. Whoever has more cards here gets plus 100 power. I think I have a pretty good chance of at least filling that location with a decently high power. I think I'm gonna go ahead and Korg turn 1. Korg is a 1 cost 2, and it's gonna shuffle a rock into my opponent's deck. Tim, if you look at the links in the description, you can pre-register for the game on Android, iOS, or PC. It does launch globally on October 18th. Okay. So I gotta remember that I have Iron Fist. Iron Fist. Don't have him in my hand yet, but I do play Iron Fist. So I think I'm actually going to add Angela mid. Again, she's going to get +2 every time I play a card in the same location as her. Let's hope this is Peak. I would love to see Peak flip and my Iron Man be a 0-5 again. Okay, Danger Room. Cards played here have a 25% chance to be destroyed. I seem to be on the in that 25% most of the time, so I think I'm gonna stay out of the Danger Room for now and just go ahead and put Ant-Man in the middle. Tim, the game is incredibly free to play friendly. You can, playing free semi-regularly, you can collect all of the 173 cards that are currently in the game, probably within 3 months of playing, and you can get to what's called Pool 2 and have a decent amount of cards by within just a couple of weeks actually of playing the game. So I'm going to go ahead and Khazar into the Mojo World again. I'm going to try to win this lane, and Khazar is going to give +1 to each of the 1 cost cards. So Korg and Ant-Man got a +1. If my playing Mr. Fantastic center might not be bad. If my opponent doesn't play anything into the Danger Room, that would give me just a free +2 in that location. Although my opponent really hasn't been playing much, I'm not sure what they're doing on that side of the board. But it also could just be smart to actually. I'm gonna Blue Marvel again. I definitely don't. I don't want my opponent to fill this up because it doesn't matter how much power I have. They're gonna have 100 plus whatever power if they fill this location. So I'm gonna Blue Marvel. Blue Marvel is gonna give all of my other cards +1. Okay, so my opponent Magicked. Magic is going to change the location that she's revealed onto into Limbo, which adds a 7th turn. The game generally is only ever 6 turns, but now we're playing for a 7th turn, which isn't bad for me, because what I am now going to do, and I'm probably going to snap on this, is I'm going to plan to play Iron Man mid, just get a ton of power there. And then I'm going to play Onslaught. Again, Iron Man's going to double the power of the cards in this lane. And because I filled the lane now, Ant-Man is actually going to get an additional +3. So we should go to 40, 42 actually with the Angela. So I'm going to go ahead and snap on that. Okay. Victory. Opponent decided to Magic, saw Blue Marvel, and they retreated. They weren't really in a strong position. Magic saved them some cubes. Well, actually, they didn't because we were only going to turn 6 anyway when they Magicked. So But I definitely was far ahead. My next play was going to be the Onslaught here. He's going to double your other ongoing effects at the location. So he was going to actually double Khazar, giving all my 1 cost +1, and my Blue Marvel giving all of my other cards +1. So we would have went from 42 to +50, I believe, in the mid. Let's just get that out of the way. Okay. And really, Tim, to go back on the point of free-to-play versus paid, there's not really any pay to win in Marvel Snap. Paying just increases how fast you collect the cards. So yeah, maybe you win a little more, you win more games quicker because you're getting more of the cards. But you really, it's not really helping you that much. Again, incredibly free-to-play friendly. All right, so Kunlun, when a card moves to this location, it gets +3 or +2. So that's going to be good if I get my Nightcrawler, be able to put him in this lane and give him +2. Nova Roma, it draws a card from the deck, so I drew for the turn, and I also drew an addition, or I drew a card, Khazar, and then I drew my card for the turn, which was Sunspot. But we're gonna go ahead and Angela mid. Again, she is a 2/1 that +2 every time a card gets into her lane. Very confused about my opponent playing Carnage for no value, and it looks like Limbo flipped over by itself this game. All right, so this is actually, there's a really good interaction that we're going to get to see here. I'm going to play Bishop first. Bishop is going to get Debris is kind of a, I don't like Debris. Bishop is going to get a +1 buff for any card I play. It doesn't matter where they're played, so they could be played left, center, mid, or right, and he's still going to get a +1 for that. So the interesting interaction that I was talking about is how Iron Fist interacts with Angela. Since they put a rock there, I don't necessarily want to put Iron Fist in that location. What Iron Fist does is the next card, so on reveal, to move the next card 1 location left. So I'm actually going to play Sunspot mid. He's going to trigger Angela, and then Iron Fist is going to bump him over to Kunlun, and then he's going to get a +2 buff. And then I'm actually going to go ahead and just play Korg out here. So as far as upgrading cards go, it's visual upgrades. At the end of the game, when the screen comes up, I'll just kind of go over it real quick. It doesn't change their power, their toughness, or their ability. It just changes the visualness of them, and that's how you increase your collection level to collect more cards. Okay, so not sure if anybody who was paying attention there, but Iron Fist moved Sunspot, so we got a buff on Angela, and because he moved, actually, he gets the buff from Kunlun. So my opponent playing Jubilee with an Infinite mid is very problematic for me. Can I win if I Ant-Man? Ant-Man. Alright, let's just... I'm going to go ahead and just Khazar left for a second while I try to figure out if I can actually win center with an Iron Man. Okay, they played Iron Man over there. That's problematic. Alright, so if I play Ant-Man, Angela goes to 5. And then if I also play Iron Man in the same lane, Ant-Man goes to 4. Angela goes to 7. So 7, 8, 12. 12 times 2 is only... It's 24. I mean, yes, it is higher than what my opponent has in this lane. But I think they're going to just play something to get that even higher. So I think actually I'm going to Iron Man left. Really going to hope they don't play something really, really big here. We're going to end up at 22 here. That means they got to add something that 22, 18. They got to add 9 power to this location. And then we'll go ahead and just Ant-Man, giving Bishop some more power, and then giving Ant-Man.
I am Iron Man.
Okay, so they didn't play anything left. That's beneficial. I really wish I could play both this and that at the same time. Well, that's right, Limbo. I completely forgot we had Limbo in this match. Okay. I think my best bet to win left is to play Blue Marvel and actually not play Nightcrawler. There's really no way I'm going to win center. I also don't want to give Mojo an additional 6 power and definitely not win. So let's just play Blue Marvel. Blue Marvel is going to give all of my other cards +1. And then Sunspot's actually going to soak up that last 2 energy. So we're going to end up with Sunspot being at 8, 9, 10, 11, 15, 16 doubled, so that's 32. We'll end up at 32 left. And then Bishop's going to get plus another one from Blue Marvel being played. So 9, 12, well, it's good. 34. Whew. Or 34, actually. Wow. Squeak that one out. That was very close. Them playing Giganto. That was as close as it can be. I mean, obviously it could have been closer, but wow. That's a good game. All right, so as far as Tim was asking about upgrading cards. So at the end of the screen, at the end of a match, yes, you can upgrade a card, but you can also just go into your collection and do it. And just so you can kind of see, again, how you would gain cards or up your collection level, we'll go ahead and update or upgrade Korg here. As you can see, I've put a few levels into him because he's going to go up to legendary. So what this is telling you is that to make him legendary and gain 6 collection levels, I need to pay 300 credits and 30 boosters. So I actually just barely have enough boosters. Let's see, can you guys, you guys actually can't see that part of the screen. So upper right here is what I have for boosters, and upper left is my credits. So again, it's going to cost 300 credits and 30 boosters to upgrade him to legendary.
Shiny logo.
Okay, shiny logo. Okay, then it's going to take you to your collection level track, which I actually been playing for, let's see, I think since I get in July or August. I don't remember exactly when I got in to the closed beta that the game is currently in. So on your collection track, your collection level, you get 50 credits, 10 boosters of a random card. So in this case, I got vision boosters. And then every 12 levels at the level I'm at, you get to open a collector's reserve. Collector's reserve is, in my case, I've been getting pretty lucky with my opens lately, is a beast. Really good card. Not sure I have all of the cards that are good for the deck that he plays in. but I'm glad I got to open another card. Yeah, the yeah, some of the upgrades are funny. It goes from like just a base card to 3D to animated to shiny logo to animated border. And then at some point you get to put it to infinity and split it, and then you get a split card or a variant of that you can then also level up, and you can keep splitting them to get different variants with like different backgrounds and effects on them. All right, so when you're starting out the collection, again, it goes a lot quicker than where I'm at. To get through collection level 2, which is collection level, or pool 2 collection levels like 487, I think. Only takes about 2 weeks of consistent play, you know, a few games here and there. Essentially, it just depends on how often you play. All right, let's go ahead and I'm having fun with this deck. I'm gonna go ahead and play for a bit longer here. This deck seems to be working out pretty good tonight. Okay, so seen Nova Roma earlier. It just draws a random card from my deck. I think with the Iron Fist and Ant-Man. Actually, I think I'm just going to play Ant-Man out again. One cost, one card, but when the location he's at is full, he gets +3 power. Okay, Hellfire Club. I'm okay with that. So Hellfire Club, 1 cost cards can't be played there, so I think I'm still okay to play Angela there. And then just plan to play like, maybe not. Let's see. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and just on this right unrevealed location, I'm gonna play Angela there. Okay, Scorpion. It's not good. He's on reveal. He gets every card in my deck gets a -1 to its power, or every card in my hand actually -1 to its power. Pegasus Project, very interesting card. So it's gonna actually add 5 energy to the turn. So that's why the energy levels have gone up to 8. You can see here at the bottom the little circle. Yeah, probably. So let's go ahead and let's Iron Fist here. And then actually let's play Bishop into Mr. Fantastic into Nightcrawler. So with all the extra energy, there's a lot going on. Iron Fist is going to flip over. He's actually going to move Bishop into the center, but Bishop is still going to trigger the Angela effect. And then the benefit to playing Nightcrawler in Angela's lane is, you know, I can move him out, clearing an additional spot to be played here. So I think with Red Skull being played, I think I'm gonna punt left. Red Skull is a 5 cost, 15 power. My card's get an additional 2, but we'll just kind of, we're gonna have to see what the opponent does here. If they fill this location, then I know, you know, what the total power is gonna be. And actually, my mouse just died. Crap. So I'm going to play Khazar in Angela's lane. It's gonna buff. Okay, Taskmaster. Interesting. This is probably... probably a retreat for me, to be honest. Taskmaster copies the power of the last card they played. So he's copying Red Skull's power without the downside of buffing my team. Not sure I can... Yeah, concede. Retreating would be conceding the match because I don't think I'm going to win. So I really don't think I can draw anything in my deck at this point that's going to beat what my opponent just said. So I'm going to go ahead and just save myself a couple of an extra cube here and retreat from the match. If we had played out that last turn, the game would have went to a minimum of a 2 cube stake. Or 2 cubes would have been up for grabs. Since I retreated, I'm only going to lose the 1 cube instead of 2 that I'm pretty sure I would have lost if I had stayed in for an additional turn. Just, excuse me, looking at my deck list, there wasn't anything I was going to draw that was going to beat what my opponent was doing there. Alright, let's see, what... Yeah. This deck has some interesting interactions and some pretty interesting animations. So I'm going to go ahead and just play this one for a little bit here. Let me grab a picture of it. I think the reason the deck is called Moving Sucks is because I think the movement deck, or decks that rely on movement, it needs a little bit of adjustment. I don't think it's necessarily in a good spot. But being a digital card game, Second Dinner can definitely make some adjustments pretty easily to it. So, all right. Okay, so that should be displaying. So again, what you see below me here is going to be the deck I'm playing. I'm gonna go ahead and give the movement deck. I don't know if I've opened any more cards that might be replaceable in here, but go ahead and give this deck a run for a little while, just to get some variety on different types of decks or archetypes you can play in the game. All right, Superflow. So it's always nice when Superflow comes up as the first location before you play any cards, because sometimes it'll pop up an unrevealed location that you played on just to get something there. What it's going to do is it's actually going to add 1 energy each turn, which is really beneficial. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and Angela mid or center. Opponent's going to play Colossus. Colossus is a 2-power 3 cost that he can't be moved, or his power cannot be reduced. Is that good for me? The peak flipping over definitely made cards in my hand worse by increasing their cost and reducing their power. So it's gonna, when it flips or triggers, it's gonna flip the power, the cost and power of the card. So the only one that didn't change was Doctor Strange. Let's go ahead and let's add multiple man on Angela's track here. Okay, Cosmo's not. I don't think Cosmo there's fine. He prevents his ongoing abilities on reveal abilities don't trigger at the location. So not necessarily bad for me. I'm gonna go ahead and wish I could have got Cloak. I guess, yeah, Cloak is fine. I'm gonna Cloak right. Cloak is going to allow me to, or both of us actually, to move cards next turn to this location.
Assemble.
So my opponent can now move cards out of this location if they feel 16 isn't going to be beneficial. You know what? Don't have a lot of experience with this. I probably should have actually just vultured first and then moved cards. Especially now that I have Hulkbuster. So I'll still move multiple man. What he's going to do is when he moves, he adds a copy to the location that he was on prior. So I think with that said, he should, if I have my how things trigger here work. Oh, that's not going to happen. Okay, Cosmo being there's a bit of a downside. So I have to kind of hope that Hulkbuster is going to morph into multiple man when he, on his reveal. If he goes into Cloak, it's not necessarily beneficial here. Okay, he did target multiple man, so that's good. Okay, I kind of thought the multiple man coming back here. No, it adds a copy. Okay, it doesn't play a copy. That's the difference there. Okay, so I think I'm gonna. I know I said playing into Superflow is not the greatest, but I think I want to play Doctor Strange left. On reveal, he's going to pull my highest cost or highest toughness card or power card to his location. So he's going to actually pull multiple man over, and then multiple man will still leave a copy behind over here. And then I'm actually going to play Vulture on Mojo World. I'm kind of hoping I draw Heimdall to move everything at the end here. Mystique, so no target Mystique. Armor. Puts up a shield. Things can't be destroyed. Okay, so here's hoping we get Heimdall. And we did not. Okay, so I think with that, I have a chance of winning here. I'm definitely gonna punt center. So I'm just gonna fill up Mojo World and hope that my opponent can't play 4 cards over here randomly. And then I'm actually gonna move Nightcrawler out of this location since I'm not gonna win it anyway. And Nightcrawler moving is actually gonna give Craven +2. Okay, so they're going to go to 18. Yep, I'm going to lose and lose center. It's a tough one. Again, I think the cards that relate to movement need a little bit of help. Do I have Human Torch? I feel like Human Torch. One second, I'm just gonna see if I have Human Torch in this. Okay. I'm gonna take Ant-Man out and try to add Human Torch in and see if that helps it any. Okay, try this again. So Human Torch is a 1 cost, 1 power, or 2 power. We'll see here. Warpath. I have Warpath. Okay, yeah, I do. I don't know. I just kind of threw some cards together that I had that related to movement when I put this together to actually complete a daily mission to move cards. So I don't know that I thought about it very hard when I put them together. All right, so Xander, cards at this location get +1 power. Don't have any 1-drops. We'll go ahead and move to turn 2. Okay, Carmitage. On reveal effects happen twice at this location. Don't think that's beneficial to me, actually, so it's ongoing. He's on reveal, but I don't necessarily, he's not going to move things 2 times, so let's go ahead and just Angela in the unknown location here. So with a couple of draws here of cards that relate to movement, I'm going to hold my cloak this time until I have more than 1 card out that moves. So we'll go ahead and Vulture right, giving Angela a buff here. And then when I do move Vulture, Vulture is going to get +5 power, so he's going to end up with 8 power. Okay, multiple man. Iron Fist. I think with that, I'm actually going to go ahead and play Iron Fist and then multiple man. So multiple man's going to trigger Angela, and then you're going to kick a copy over here. So Namor into Atlantis, really good for the opponent. Basically is made for this location, so his ongoing is +5 power if he's the only card here. Okay. I think Hulkbustering right is going to be good. I'm kind of hoping it either multiple man or Vulture would be the ideal target, and then turn 6 I'm gonna Heimdall here. Question is, do I want I don't think I want to play Cloak out because I don't want my opponent to be able to move cards into this location after I'm gonna Heimdall here. On turn 6 they're gonna be able to take benefit of that. So okay, good. We got a good Hulkbuster there. Let's see, Heimdall's an 8 power. 8 + 5 is only 13. So what Heimdall does is he's gonna move my other cards 1 location to the left. So himself he doesn't move, but everything else will. So not beneficial to put him right, because he's not going to win Atlantis, because Namor's a 10 power by himself plus Atlantis. plus the benefit from Mr. Fantastic here. So I think we Heimdall left and see what happens. The animation for Heimdall is really cool. He activates the Bifrost. We may have won this depending on what the opponent's got here. Dang. Spectrum on Carmitage having a double on reveal. We came close. Warpath. No, Warpath still wouldn't have won that lane by himself either. Namor, very, very strong card for the opponent when Atlantis is a location. Okay, so Project Pegasus turn 1 is interesting. So turn 1 we're going to end up with 6 resources. Okay, so generally in the Heimdall type decks you don't necessarily want to play too many cards in the left location because you're planning on moving everything one location left. So I think with that, I mean, honestly, I think I'm just going to Angela Craven and not play anything else. Okay, so that's interesting. With Waru, I think is how you say it, the Watcher. The opponent actually knew what each of these locations were. Okay, Murder World. I got punished by playing center. After turn 3, anything in here is going to get destroyed. So let's try. So my plan here, whether or not it's going to work, we're going to find out, is to Nightcrawler. We'll buff the Angela. And then next turn I can Doctor Strange. And that's actually going to pull the Angela, and I can pull Nightcrawler out of that location. So, right on time, Human Torch. Question is, I think... Yeah, that was just kind of some bad location here. The hub added a random card. That's how I got Arrow here. I think I'm gonna Doctor Strange to the right to pull the Angela out, and then I want to play more cards on her after I move her. So I'm just gonna move Nightcrawler left just so he doesn't get blown up by. Well, opponent, would have been nice if you had played Rhino in the center for me. That would have been very beneficial to me. Okay. Okay, this is... It's not terrible. I'm going to go ahead and Iron Fist center. On reveal, the next card that is played or revealed after him is going to get moved over one location. We're going to go ahead and use Human Torch. That's going to give a +2 to Angela, and then he's going to move, doubling his power to 4. Still not 100% whether or not we can move these cards to the left and win this with a Heimdall still. What does Arrow do? Move all enemy cards played this turn to this location. That's a 12. If I play arrow left, that gives me 10. Heimdall's going to move everything one left. So it'd be at 10, 12. Human Torch will double to 8. That would give me 20. Otherwise, if I Hulkbuster, I think that's going to be my best bet, actually. Oh, that was that was a very good play. So Shang-Chi was going to destroy all enemy cards at this location with 9 power. Definitely would have hit my Angela there, and we'd definitely be out of this game. Oh, you know what? I mathed wrong. I forgot how. Oh yeah, Heimdall stays where, so I don't. He just moves everything left. I don't have to play him on the far left, so I think I'm still. If my opponent has to play a 2 cost to get this up to 20. So if I did my math right, 10, 12, 8 after he moves, I'm gonna go to 20. I don't think my opponent's gonna soak up 4 more here. They're gonna have to play something because they're currently losing these locations. Question is, do I think it's beneficial to just put 20 in the middle as well? I think it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and snap. I think I'm a little bit ahead on chance to win here. Okay, that was correct. I mean, I could have played Heimdall right, thinking that whatever they're gonna play isn't gonna get up to above what I had here. But I would have been wrong, so
Victory.
that's good. That was that arrow that turn that he played Shang-Chi, that really saved me. I guess technically the way things played out, the opponent still would have lost, but it definitely didn't hurt. Alright, I'm going to play one more with this movement deck. And then I'm going to call it a night. So I'm just going to grab get a few of the notification banners off my screen here. A little annoying. So one of the other things the game gives you for free-to-play players that were asking, at 10 o'clock the store resets and they give you a free 50 credits. It's not a lot, but it is something. So any cool variants? Oh, that's a really cool variant for Magneto. And Human Torch. That's pretty good variant there. Okay, so one more, and then I am going to sign off for the night. We will see if I am on again tomorrow night. I'm not sure yet. So alright, Mirror Island. After each turn, cards at this location get +1, so based on the fact that I generally don't play cards left, probably not the most beneficial to what I'm playing. Icebox gives a card in each player's hand +1 cost. So it looks like it targeted my multiple man. Let's see. I'm just going to pass the turn again. Playing a Human Torch right now just isn't. Oh boy. Isn't beneficial. The peak, that was was definitely bad for me. Made all of my cards cost one more with one less power. That were besides Doctor Strange. So, or multiple man, I guess, because he was also a 3/3. So, fun times. Let's go ahead and Angela, opponent snapping because I'm taking my time here, trying to move me along, or they're trying to get me to quit. We'll see.
Iron Man.
Yep. So I am actually going to concede this game right now, and I will play one more. But my opponent definitely got the benefit of that, the peak, and he also plays Mr. Negative. So generally, when you play Mr. Negative, only the cards in your deck get their power and toughness, or power cost and power switched. But the peak also did it for cards in their hand. So they got a 0 cost 5 powered Iron Man. I guess that would have been a 2 cost 3 power Mr. Fantastic, and they got to play their Mr. Negative all on turn, I think that was turn 3. So yeah, not good. Almost makes me think, with the amount of times I've seen the peak come up, I'm wondering if I should just kind of throw together a Mr. Negative-ish or Mr. Negative-esque deck, trying to leverage that location. I think I have Mr. Negative anyway, so I could play a Mr. Negative type deck. We'll have to look into that. All right. So because that game did not go very long, or as planned at least, we'll do one more again here. Alright, so again, Karmatage, not necessarily beneficial. Again, on reveal happened twice at this location. My deck is not playing a ton of on reveal. Cost cards can't, so I'm just gonna blindly play into the far right lane here with Iron Fist being played. That's gonna allow me to Iron Fist, play something in Angela's lane, and then jump it out so I can get an additional card in her lane or location. Okay. And again, like I said, I feel like this location is coming up enough that I should probably play a deck that would benefit more from it. I don't think I am... Oh, actually... Oh, this... Okay, I lied. Karmatage is actually going to be a little beneficial to me here. So I'm going to play Iron Fist, which has an on reveal that moves the next card that I play.
I am Iron Man.
Okay. That costs 3. Again, opponent. Well, yeah, that was actually beneficial too. So likely not going to win this, but I at least want to see this play out because this is going to be interesting. So I'm going to... Do I have enough to do both? I do not. I'm going to play the Vulture on the right location. That's going to buff Angela. And then because Karmatage is going to make Iron Fist's on reveal happen twice, he's going to move once, and then he's going to move again, and he gets +5 power when he moves. So he's going to end up as a 13 power. I was kind of hoping I could do both Vulture and Craven, but I don't think I can wait another turn to I can't continue not playing cards. Okay. And I can actually move him again with Doctor Strange. But the question is, where do I move him? I think I'm just gonna, if I'm gonna, my opponent's not snapping, so we're not playing for much right now. I'm definitely gonna punt center with an Iron Man that was swapped here. I can play Nightcrawler on Angela to give her a buff. I mean, I'll Hulkbuster left. I'm really hoping the coin flip Hulkbuster grabs Vulture. He did. Okay.
Opponent snapped.
Okay, I think that there's some kind of a visual bug going on here because that's peak, Vulture, Hulkbuster, and then it equals 3. Definitely some kind of bug just happened there. That's not how that should have played out. So I'm actually gonna bring, hoping it's just a visual bug. I'm gonna bring Vulture back into this lane. Do I want to do that, or do I want to... Hold on. I do not have time to think about. Okay. If I Doctor Strange here, he moves over. I'm going to Heimdall on turn 7. If this grabs Angela, I'm going to be very mad. Because he should be at, like, 17. It grabbed. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and concede because something happened here. Vulture, for some reason, went back to a 3 power. I don't understand how this math at the top of the screen here works for the game. Trying to figure out what his power is, but that's definitely a bug. I'm gonna figure out a way. I have was recording. I'm gonna try to figure out a way to report that as a bug because that definitely. I don't know that I was gonna win the game, but that definitely lost me the game 100%. So. Anyway, that is going to be it for me for the night. I appreciate everybody that stopped out and anybody that watches this in the future. If you could give a like to the stream and follow me, that really helps me gets me more traffic and notice more on the YouTube algorithm. So good night, everybody. And again, thanks for stopping by.